job is. Everybody gets free education. Everybody gets free healthcare. Some of these things are bordering, to me, of reeking of what is going on with the arid spring, which is getting rapidly ready to fall into the arid winter of discontent. And I would like to hear some of your views on it.
Well, no, that's it. 2.5 weeks ago, I saw that Soros, Move On were involved. I noticed the media, the dominant corporate media, was only showing the Yell leaders calling for free health care and stuff and the re-election of Obama. And then I sent reporters out and found that's not what most people are saying. So, yeah, the people behind Adbusters, they're Democratic Party operatives, they put the call out. Patriots and others show up. And the Democrats swoop in and say, we're anti-Wall Street, and that's their new re-election bid. George Soros has said he supports them. The unions are out in force. SEIU and others are out there, and that's exactly what it is. And then good people that are at these events, they send me emails and say, hey, we're not supporting this. I know, but the media uses the demonstrations as the backdrop to then have selected people speak for everyone, who then basically call for the globalist austerity repackaged as a program to redistribute wealth. And it does redistribute middle-class and working-class people's money to offshore banks, the same program we see in Europe. And so that's what's going on. That's what's happening. That's why it is such a big deal. And I shot a video last night. I'm going to put another one up tonight. It's the featured video on our YouTube channel. It's now rolled off the main page of Infowars.com. I'm going to have that reposted. But Occupy Wall Street. We need to get them to occupy not capitalism and some vague thing, but occupy the Federal Reserve movement. And just Google Occupy Federal Reserve Movement launched, and you'll get our videos, you'll get our articles, you'll get the maps. I'm calling for people to occupy the sidewalk and areas around the number 11 of the 12 banks, one of the head Federal Reserve banks. I'm asking people to stay there at least a week. I will be there and speak for 2 hours. I will then go speak the next day in Houston at noon. The next day, 10 a.m. for a couple hours in San Antonio. And then I plan on picking around the country one of the Occupy Federal Reserve ops that kicks in and works good. And I will go to that, and I'll send reporters to other events as well. So this is it. I need everybody to be there in Dallas, 6 o'clock this Friday. It's countdown, folks. We got to put the spotlight on the real enemy.
OpticsPlanet.com is where discerning gun owners and outdoorsmen go to gear up. Optics Planet has the best selection of rifle scopes, red dots, night vision, holsters, bags, and tactical gear on the planet. With always low prices, free shipping on most orders, and expert customer service. Go to OpticsPlanet.com/GCN to get a free gift with purchase. That's OpticsPlanet.com/GCN or call 800-332-OPTICS. 800-332-6784.
That's the sound of your door being kicked in by an intruder with a single kick. That's the sound of the same door now protected by the Door Sentinel at MySafeDoor.com. Go to MySafeDoor.com right now and watch the amazing video. At MySafeDoor.com, you'll learn how to turn your home into a fortress with the Door Sentinel. 16 kicks later, and the Door Sentinel is still holding strong. MySafeDoor.com. That's MySafeDoor.com.
Hello, friends. Alex Jones here. You all know I've worked for years with Steve Shank and eFoods Direct. I have eFoods for my own emergency food supply. You know, Steve, life is different now for all of us, isn't it?
Very different. People are using this great food to survive the present hurricane season, and we've already had $40 billion worth of damage from floods, storms, quakes, and droughts. And that's just the first 8 months of this year. Natural disasters are newsworthy, but only touch a few of us Americans. The huge issue of the Greatest Depression is on everyone's mind. The unemployment, the loss of homes, lost businesses, and skyrocketing food costs are hitting every American. So everyone needs food security.
Folks, this month you will get free shipping on every food order from eFoods Direct. That's right. Every order gets free shipping starting September 6th. Get stocked up with the best storable foods out there with eFoods Direct and be prepared for any emergency before it happens. To take advantage of this special, call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
What happened, man? You used to be energetic, happy, and wow, did the ladies love you. Now, you fall asleep on the couch, irritable, and out of shape. Don't be that guy. Call now for a risk-free trial of Ageless Male, a natural supplement shown to raise testosterone by 61% and maintain healthy, normal levels. No injections, no appointments. With healthy testosterone levels, you can feel that energy again, that great outlook again, and yes, even a healthy sex drive. Right now, you can try Ageless Male risk-free. There's nothing to lose, guys. If you're a man who's noticed changes in your body, your mood, your sex life, call now for a risk-free trial of Ageless Male. Be the guy you used to be. Just call 1-800-497-8345. Don't wait another day. Just call 1-800-497-8345. That's 1-800-497-8345.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
Question: when the next disaster strikes, will you be ready? Answer: yes. If you have top quality survival gear from thesurvivalzone.com. These days, it's wise to keep a survival kit in your vehicle, home, and office. Thesurvivalzone.com specializes in ready-to-go wilderness, 72-hour, and compact survival kits, plus freeze-dried and dehydrated food, MREs, stun guns, non-hybrid seeds, and much more. Call 603-838-5933 to be prepared with thesurvivalzone.com.
You know, I really should be promoting this more, pushing it more, because it's going to be a big deal. And it's a work in progress. If you go to Infowars.com, it's red linked on the front page. We have the headline, Targeting the Real Enemy, Occupy the Fed. And we have a video there from last night's nightly news where I break down why we're doing this and what our goals and demands are. It's criminal investigation of the banking cartel. It's the abolishment of the private Federal Reserve, the reestablishment of constitutional money under the control of Congress. But overall, it's about saying, forget demonizing capitalism. Forget demonizing anybody who has a dollar more than you. Let's talk about the inside monopoly men. So I'm asking you, go to Infowars.com. We're going to have another article and video out tonight as well. And get that article, Targeting the Real Enemy, Occupy the Fed. Now, I talked to Stuart Rhodes of Oath Keepers. He's asking his members to occupy the Fed, to go to Occupy Wall Street events and say, hey, folks, it's the Federal Reserve. That's the big group masquerading as government. That's where your bailout money went. That's where the austerity's going. That's what's cutting your pensions. That's what's stealing everything. And they're going to sell all these new direct taxes to the bankers as socialism. But they always bait and switch and steal it. So whether you're liberal, conservative, whatever you call yourself, the Federal Reserve is bad news. And the polls are 85% a few years ago wanted to audit it. It's 80+% now want to abolish it in polls I've seen. We have got to go after the real enemy peacefully. And we're going to go in circle. They've got sidewalks around this thing. I am going to show up for 2 hours, 6 to 8. I'm going to try to get there actually earlier. See, I was going to do the show here Friday and then get in the car and haul tail up there. And my mother called me and she goes, I know you don't pay attention to sports, but it's Texas OU weekend and I-35 will have a lot of traffic on it. And I've been up there in college for Texas OU. There won't be that bad of traffic in Dallas. The point is you want to come into Dallas, wherever you're at, and get there. So quite frankly, I'm saying it's already out there, 6 to 8. That gives folks time after work in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to get out there. But I'll probably actually be out there 5:30 or so. I'll do a special broadcast over the audio streams and at prisonplanet.tv from the RV near there. I'll do a report from there. I'm going to do my radio show basically from nearby or at the grounds of the Federal Reserve. I guess I could set up a picnic table and have the cops come over while I'm on air via Skype and, hey, leave me alone. I could walk around with the laptop there. I mean, we're going to do a lot of stuff. So I'm actually leaving Thursday night to go up to Big D. And then I'm going to leave Friday night, and hopefully there'll be a bunch of you there, more coming. If you can't make it Friday, come Saturday, come Sunday. If 10 people sit out there in sleeping bags, you're going to get a lot of media attention. I've had Dallas Morning News call. Other publications are emailing and calling. This is getting a lot of attention. And we're going to say, hey, occupy Wall Street, occupy capitalism, just call for socialism. And by the way, Kurt Nemo's written the article. They've got the official Occupy Wall Street group. I guess they speak for everybody. They certainly don't speak for me, calling for all of these different forms of socialism here, free education, open borders. This is Democratic Party stuff right here. Dissecting the Occupy Wall Street list of demands. We need to go out and identify the real enemy, the crony inside monopoly men. You have no excuse, folks. This is going to be historical. It's going to be exciting. We've got to get out there. And if 100 of you stay the night there and camp out, okay, you know, bring a pillow you sit on, whatever. If 100 of you do that, I'll be on air covering it. More and more will come. Media will cover it. It will pick up steam. It's going to be huge. And then I'm going to go to Houston. Then I'm going to go to San Antonio. Then I'm going to come back to my radio show. And then I'm going to scan things and send crews out to events. If it really builds up steam, I'm intending then to roar up to Dallas and broadcast from up there next week. But it's up to you to execute this, all right? It's up to you to pull this off. I don't want you behind me. I want you beside me, and I want you in front of me. We're all in this together. You know, there was a fellow we're going to get on tomorrow that's now was on the Napolitano show. He interviewed Dylan Radigan down there. He's getting all this media attention. He was the guy that called in and said, hey, I went down there by myself, and the cops were waiting for me with my baby. And he said, will you call for people to show up? And hundreds did. That made the news. And then it turned out the police were spying on In the Fedders. And now he's all over the news saying this movement's really about ending the Fed. So see, that's what one guy did. You're as smart as I am or smarter. You are under the same gun as I am. If you love your children, you've got to be there. I don't care what state you're in. Get to the Dallas one. We need one place where it's really big. And if you can't get here, your Federal Reserve area in your area. And I'm so busy doing the show and everything. I need to reach out to the Dallas in the Fed folks. Been trying to find their number from years ago when they invited me up to speak. We want you to be there. Everybody, come Friday. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Steve Shank here with a special alert from eFoods Direct. The stock market continues to crash and recrash daily. Since July, the market has dropped 15% with no signs of recovery. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the food that's already too expensive and continues to raise in cost. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The already high cost of sugar is tripling. If you invest in the stock market for security or save money in the bank, you continue to see the dollar drop in value while your weekly food bills increase. So what are you going to do? Get as much food now as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Alex Jones here with vital information concerning our nation's fragile food supply. Folks, there are some truly dangerous trends forming, and I think it's important for my listeners to do 3 things right away. Number 1, study the past. History really does repeat itself. Number 2, learn to spot the dangerous food shortage trends. Number 3, take decisive action. A perfect storm is brewing for a global food crisis.